Hello everyone, welcome back to the Reclaimed Ranch. Today I have a few holiday decor items that we're going to be making, and I am going to be shopping my own stash. That is one of my goals for the new coming year, is to try and get that stash down a little bit. So we're going to be using these little wicker plate things that I found, and I'm going to take some drop cloth, cut it down so that it would fit in the center, and I'm going to use the Holly Jolly stamp with the Santa Claus to stamp in the middle there. And this Santa is just so cool. I love all the detail in his face. It's just looks so vintage. And then I'm going to go in with the typesetting stamp set from IOD, and we're going to just do the ho ho ho, and then we'll end up hot gluing that drop cloth down to the wicker there. And then I thought it was pretty plain as it is, so what I had was these trees were at the Goodwill. They were originally in the Target dollar spot for $5, but at the Goodwill they were $1.97 each. So we're just going to deconstruct one of those, take all of the greenery out, and then just tuck it in to the wicker there, and it's going to end up putting a wreath around it, making it something that you can hang and look really pretty. So I had this set of greenery, and then I ended up going into my stash and finding some cedar pieces. I did have some glitter pieces as well, but I wanted to keep it more of a natural theme this year, so like a woodland theme. So we're just going to keep it simple with some greenery. And I do have some red berries that I got from a candle ring, which I bought, like 4 or 5 years ago. So as you can see, my stash has got to get cleaned out, so to speak. So we're just going to put these red berries in, tuck them in there. And this was actually really easy because it was going through the wicker. And so all of these little wire stems, I didn't really even need a hot glue. I just put them in there, and then I'm going to flip it over and then just kind of roll over the wire on the edge so that it's not poking out, and call it good. I'm going to put a little wire hanger at the top, so I just kind of put it through that wicker, twisted it really well, and then put a big blob of hot glue there. Let it sit, and then this one is all complete. Now this is a cool picnic basket that I got. It was $8.49 at the Goodwill, and it was really dirty. So I cleaned it up really good, and I'm going to show you this trick. If you take a baby wipe after you've cleaned it and you rub on it, and if you get any kind of discoloration like this, you know it's going to be a bleeder. So I went ahead and picked a darker color. I'm going to go with Aviary in the DIY line, and we're going to give it a couple coats, and it did bleed through, but I thought that it was actually kind of cool the way it turned out. It gave it some depth and dimension, and so I went ahead and just kept it in there, but I did seal it with Big Top before I put my Christmas transfers on there. So here is the transfer I took out of last year's, the Christmas Valley from IOD, and then the Santa and the little package gift set there is from this year's release, the Candy Cane Cottage. And so it's probably still pretty difficult to get either of those, but still you just have some ideas. You can even print out something from the internet and decoupage it on. And so with these IOD transfers, you just peel that backing off, place it down where you want it, take your little tool and push down on it, and then I like to put my finger underneath the paper and kind of lift up as it goes, and it transfers beautifully. And then I just take that paper and rub on that transfer to burnish it in, make sure it's adhered nicely. And so after I got this off, this little flower one, poinsettia, I saw that this big spot here next to Santa needed to be filled. So I'm going to go in with the IOD typesetting stamp set, and we're just going to use the lowercase letters. The big letters are too much, so I'm going to go in and we're going to put Mary vertically there. So I'm going to go in, just make sure to hold it down with one hand and use my fingers on the other to push it down, and then line it back up to get that second R there. And so I'm going to go ahead and seal it with the big top, and then this guy is done. So what do you all think? See how that tanning bled through with the green, but it made it kind of look like I put like an antiquing glaze on it or something. So this last project here, I got 2 of these buckets, and of course somebody did a cute little painting probably back in the 80s, but that's no longer cool, so we're going to go ahead and give it an upcycle. And I'm going to go ahead, I took a chance by painting it white, and it paid off. I didn't have any bleed through, so that was good. So I'm going in with a DIY's beadboard. That's the color white I'm using. And then I'm going to use Fusion's Highlander for the metal strips there. And I'm going to be using the transfer from the candy cane cottage again. And we're going to make this a little candy cane holder. I did end up giving it 2 full coats of the white. And then I let that paint dry, and then I just went back and touched up with the white, and it covered the red nicely, so no big deal there. Gonna go ahead and seal it with the big top before I put that transfer on. I ended up using Fusion's cast iron to paint the handle because it was a blue color and didn't quite go really well with my candy cane colors. So they had this really cool candy cane transfer, and I'm just going to cut it apart, pick out the words that I want on there, place it where I need it, use my little tool again to push down, and then lift up from one side and work to the other. And then burnish it in. And then I'm just trying to figure out which words to put in there. So I'm going to go with the old-fashioned Christmas candy on top. And then we'll go ahead and seal it with the big top again. And this one's all done. So that's it for today, guys. Go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know which one was your favorite. I've been real busy with my friend opening up her new store, so I'm helping her kind of get set up for her grand opening. That's why these are so short, so sorry for that. But I will be back on Friday with a furniture flip, so come back and see what we have in store for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.